how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Software Inc. and welcome back to Take 5 Interactive. Things are going pretty well right now. We are still a billion-dollar company, $1.3 billion in worth. Oh dear, we failed the fire inspection. Oh, well, what a shame. Get out of here. We're still a billion-dollar company with $1.3 billion in value. Then, of course, $800 million in the bank right now. So we're doing pretty well in that regard. We have 51 products, which is getting up there a little bit. And it does have me thinking that maybe we want to sell some of the intellectual property that we have right now. But I'm not too worried about it for the immediate right here, right now. Because right here, right now, we are gearing up to release Squad Speak 2, right here on the right. It is due to release February 2003. It is now February 2003. And I'm hoping it's going to be good. And then I'm hoping that the follow-up next month of Gymnast 4 is also going to be pretty good. Now, between episodes, I learned a couple of things. Number one, I dove into the comments on the previous episode and had a read through a bunch of the feedback that you guys left, because last time I asked what we were going to be doing next. And that was essentially because we're getting towards the end game of Software Inc. We have a bunch of money. We don't really have any challenges left other than perhaps automating everything. And that seemed to be the general consensus, was that I should try to automate as much as I can, try and make everything. And I can't say that we're going to try and make everything, but I'm definitely going to try and dive into automation to the point where we have nothing to do. And I think that's kind of the end game of Software Inc. If we get to a point where we're releasing outstanding quality software automatically, then we're kind of done, aren't we? That's kind of the whole point. So we'll see how that goes. That's something that we'll try over the course of the next couple of episodes. But for the meantime, there are a couple of things I also want to show you. So if we go into build mode, I'm going to make it daytime. You'll notice that these pillars are labeled as lounges. That's something I'm going to need to go in there and say that they are not going to be anymore, or rather, I can't do that because they're pillars. Because that's a control that I've been completely missing this entire time, is the ability to turn rooms into pillars so that we don't get that annoying pop-up right there. That's something that would have been really, really useful quite a while ago, to get rid of all these weird little cutaways on this tower. I'm a little annoyed that I missed that. I am a little bit annoyed with myself that I missed that, but it's okay. We'll not stress too much about it. It's something we can keep in mind for a future Software Inc. series, because there probably will be one. But, you know, we'll not worry too much about it. Now, what I've also done is a little bit of building over here. I'm working on a new building. This is going to be an administration building, is what this is going to be. We're going to put a lot of our team leaders out here. We're going to have a meeting room out here as well. And it looks a bit like this right now. Now, the reason I didn't build this on camera, the reason I didn't record it, is because basically I watched James recently build a big old new studio for his Software Inc. series, James being Flabaliki, for the two of you that do not know that. And it just reminded me of how creative you can be with Software Inc. And I mean, James has played The Sims more than anyone in history. So he's going to be very good at building in a game like this, because the building is similar in a couple of different ways. So I didn't just want to be like, yeah, I watched someone else build, and so I did a time lapse as well. So I basically just took a couple of hours throughout the day and decided to just sort of dabble a little bit here and there with building this. It's not done yet, but parts of it are at least functional, and we're gonna just build this over the course of this episode and probably a couple of other episodes as well, because it's not really something that's a priority. But I figured I would give you a bit of a tour. So it looks like this currently. It's, like I said, not done. It's probably going to have another floor up here at some point. But it's essentially going to serve as the main entrance for guests and team leaders as well. So we're going to have this reception here, which looks a bit like an NHS hospital, but that's okay. You get through reception into the back area. We have a lounge and some bathrooms back here. And then you go into this corridor where you have elevators down the bottom. You have some stairs to get upstairs as well. And we have a canteen on the right here, which is functional. There's no heating in this building. These people are absolutely freezing right now, but it is totally functional. We do have things like sprinklers, and we do have fire alarms throughout the building as well. Not everywhere right now, but eventually we will have fire alarms everywhere throughout this building. But that's why we have this door back here as well. It's basically a fire escape. Now, going upstairs, we have a meeting space. We have a kitchen. We have sort of a bit of a weird space here because the back of the building has this little bit sticking out, which I think looks kind of cool. You know, it's this bit of the building that's sticking out here, pushing back through there. I just thought it looked kind of interesting, so that's why it's there. Obviously, gonna have to do some tweaking here to make the stairs not be just kind of in the middle of the room. Maybe we just merge these two rooms and then turn them into a pillar, and then we only have windows at that bit. That seems fair enough. That seems like a fair way to do it. Anyway, like I was saying, we have a meeting room here with a bunch of TVs in it, and I think it looks pretty cool. We have a little kitchen here, and then over this way, we have what's going to be my office. This is where I'm going to put myself, and I'm going to work out of this building pretty much immediately. None of the other offices have been done, but these are all going to be for team leaders at some point. And then this over here is going to be for one of our service teams. I don't really care which one it is, and it might just be a team that's made kind of intentionally to work out of this building. But I just wanted it to look like there was maybe a little bit more, maybe a few more staff working in this building than there were actually going to be. Because, you know, there's only going to be the team leaders, but that's fine. Anyway, that's pretty much the plan for this building, is just turn it into an admin building. Turn it into something that's going to let us kind of have all of our leaders over here, let us have some meetings over this way, and generally just, you know, have a cool looking building for the heads of the company. So that's essentially what it is. Now, this bit at the back here, this is absolutely going to be something a little less visually appealing than perhaps the rest of the building, because this is going to be where we're putting all of our utilities. So we do need things like roof, air conditioning, and whatnot. So we're going to throw that pretty much. Let's see. Can we get it sort of central? We can kind of get it central. So one there. And why do these not want to line up? That's slightly frustrating. One there. We can do one there. And we'll do a couple of these just to make sure that the building actually does have a good amount of air conditioning. So we'll have 5 air conditioning units up there, which actually does slightly go against the idea that we were going to put another floor on here. The problem with putting another floor is that the stairwell's over here, so we'd kind of need to do another separate stairwell, but looking at that, I do feel like we're going to need one. But for the time being, this is fine. We'll just do air conditioning and all that stuff this way, and eventually we're probably going to have to move it. But this way, at the very least, we now have the ability to go to all of the rooms and actually put some temperature regulation in here. So let's get that done real quick. Alrighty, so all of the vents are in to heat up all the rooms that are currently active in this building, which is fantastic news. I am thinking I'm going to go ahead and clear these guys out of there so that this is no longer a reception space whatsoever. And I'm also thinking at some point we're absolutely going to need to do something different with this tower. I think we might need to look into a way of getting people into this building. I think we're going to have to get a stairwell into the tower, because I'm not going to get rid of this tower at any point. I will probably renovate it quite considerably, but I'm definitely not going to get rid of it. Now, here's a question. How many desks are here? 20. How many desks are, or how many chairs are here? 18. Okay. So we could, if we really wanted to, go ahead and put another little branch of support and marketing over there. But looking at the size of support and marketing, I don't think we need to. Then legal, of course, is Oh, legal would be one to do, actually. Let's put the legal team over there. So let me go to legal. There's 96 people on there. There were 96 people on that team, though, because we kind of needed 96 people on that team. So let's go to HR management. Let's bring this down to 18. And we're going to have to get rid of a lot of the people on the legal team. They might be a little bit annoyed about that, but we're going to have to do it. Because I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually, we'll probably just let's just make a second legal team, right? Let's make a second legal team, and they can work out of here, and their team leader can work out of this office here, I guess. I think that could kind of work, and I think maybe what we do is clear out some of these desks and put a door through there. Maybe we'll not do that. We'll put their team leader in here. What I will do is I'm just going to duplicate all of this. So, no, I don't want to assign it. I want to duplicate it, bring it up, and I want to put it about there, right? I think that's kind of a cool little space for it. Although, maybe some kind of L-shaped desk would be a bit more interesting here. So if we were to do that, and that with sort of a nice corner cap there, move you to there, move you to there, move the chair to that spot, delete you. I think that actually looks a whole lot better. So let's move that to, I think about there's fine. It's a little strange. Maybe it would be better to duplicate these guys as well, and then sort of do that without the light on it. Yeah, I kind of like that. So let's duplicate you as well and put you over here. That's a little strange, actually. I don't know that I do like that, but whatever. Let me just go ahead and grab the color of those other desks, and then grab you guys, and we'll just recolor you to that sort of dark brown color as well. So we'll kind of leave it be as is. I'm not super stressed about it looking a bit weird. And we'll just go ahead and put some different things in here. So we'll get a TV there. And I don't think we need a second TV, I'm going to be honest. But I think what I could do is put a bookcase. And maybe not that one. Maybe one of the big bookcases that we have to sort of hide that weird corner. I think that's a pretty good shout. And then we can throw some custom stuff on there as well. So that kind of works out. In terms of books, I mean, we'll go ahead and just stack it a little bit with a few different types and colors of books, just like so. We could do some headphones right there. I think we'll do a phone because this is going to be the service or a service team leader. I've just noticed that the phone turns into a little brick when you zoom out because of the level of detail. That's kind of cute in its own way. It's just kind of weird. I like that. All right. So that's sorted. Let's go ahead and throw some plants in here as well. So we'll do a nice tree there. We'll go ahead and grab this little cactus and sort of throw it just like that. And isn't there didn't this game used to have like alcohol or something in it? I could swear it did. And like, is it a canteen that has it? It did. Am I imagining that? Software Inc. used to have like a little, there it is, alcohol. I want that in here as well because I just think it's kind of funny. It's kind of a messy desk for a team leader. I like it. I do like that. So let's go ahead and just get a couple of chairs on the other side of that desk. So something like that, just so it looks like, you know, if, actually, let's just do, yeah, we'll go for the slightly cheaper ones. That's fine. The seats are going to be a little more gray, so they look a little cheaper. The back is going to be that. The support's going to be that. So that looks fine. That looks like a pretty good room for the team lead. Now we just need to decorate it with a couple of paintings and a couple more plants. Okay, I think this looks kind of decent. We've got a little bit of a busy office, a bit of open space. The office might be a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but I kind of like it. So that'll kind of work out for a second legal team, essentially. So let's go ahead and just get that sorted. And I guess what we do is just legal 2. We add the team. I think we go ahead and we select both rooms. And I think we say Let's see. Legal 2 is what we're going to be looking for. So there they are. This one is going to be leaders. And I guess what we do is we go ahead and hire a legal team leader. So we'll look for everything as we usually do. And let's go ahead and compare them with the legal team itself. So in terms of compatibility, we have you. You are able to do HR and automation, which is pretty good. You can't hold meetings, though, which is kind of what we need you to be doing. Since there is a meeting room in this building, I think meetings are going to be relatively important. So let's go ahead and look again. And we have you. I'm looking for someone with 3-star socializing is what I'm looking for here. Which apparently I'm not. Apparently I'm not getting. Which I guess, I mean, I could. I mean, we'll just look again. We can afford it. It's fine. It's all right. All right, so that's been sorted. We should have the legal team coming in shortly, and we should also be releasing Squad Speak 2 at some point today. It is. There we go. It has been released. Now I've been told, and I've seen comments talking about this. I've been told that we don't need to go in and handle printing and marketing and all that stuff by default. Also, good news that this thing is actually good. It's better than the previous, which is fantastic. With that said, though, I don't really trust the game, so I'm kind of inclined to be like, yeah, number 1, let's port it to everything. Number 2, let's also handle marketing for everything as well. So we'll go ahead and make all those priority 10 as we usually do. And I want to go to market because I'm pretty sure we are handling support for it automatically, or at least it's going to be minimized. Budget for this, I'm just going to say 150,000. Support and marketing can handle it as they usually do. We'll move that up to the top and we'll go ahead and make that a priority 10. And just from the top down, we'll just kind of drop the priority of everything by about 1. So you're going to be a 7. You are going to be a 6. You are going to be a 5. In fact, Squad Speak can move right down to the bottom there. So you are a 6. You're already a 7. So let's make you a 5. You're going to be a 4. And then the original Squad Speak is going to be a 3. So we have all of that kind of situated. In fact, the original Squad Speak, it is actually still making money, so we're not going to worry too much about it. And in terms of units in stock, that's something I actually do want to have a little bit of a look at here. So it's not listed in here, which is a little bit worrying. I'm not gonna lie. Little concerning. So I guess we'll go ahead and add that to the thing as well. So Squad Speak or Squad Speak 2, my releases, Squad Speak 2, profit past month, blah, 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 blah. Net units sold, refunds in stock. So there are units in stock. There are units in storage. I'm guessing it's handling things fine, but I am going to go to, let's see here, support, start printing. So we'll go ahead and just hit that to kind of unlimited right now. And essentially, we can max it out at 250,000 units. I guess that'll be okay. And then this one has an overall goal, I guess. Let's max you out at about 100,000 units and see how that goes. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. Hopefully good things happen with Squad Speak 2. Hopefully good things happen next month as well with good old Gymnast 4. But we're going to find out is what we're going to do. We should also have me over in this building at some point soon, which will be kind of fantastic. I'm kind of keen to actually see this building starting to get used. We should have Legal 2 coming in at some point. I don't actually know what their time is, but there it is. Look at that. Look how beautiful. Hold on. Can I like turn off the HUD? There we go. I need to turn off the labels as well, but look at that. This game is a lot more, it's a lot nicer looking than it has any right to be. It's weird, like the lighting in Software Inc. is actually really good, and it annoys me because it has no right to be, but it's just kind of great. Let's see here. So you want promoted or whatever, that's fine. Squad Speak 2, $887,000. Honestly, not bad. I'm not really mad about that. That's pretty good. And it does need to be ported to a bunch of other things as well. So, you know, we'll get that done at some point and all will be good. Now, when does Legal 2 come in here? So they start at 8, so they should be in shortly. And I guess Legal 2, we should probably have them, so systems and all of that, how do we do research and things like that? So, wow, I've made 43 million on that. I feel like I haven't made 43 million on that. I feel like some other company probably did. But let's have a little look at this. Let's look into, I don't know, hardware. So to research hardware, we need to have 5 level 3 hardware designers. Okay. Well, let's go for it, I guess. And then give it to the hardware team, because I imagine we'll have some people on there. And then I guess that's what this team can do. They can patent things, is what they can do. Then in terms of audio, video, 3D system, etc., we'll just kind of focus on hardware here and see if maybe that's something we can actually achieve. I'm not sure if it is, but, you know, it'd be kind of cool to start patenting things and making money off of things in that particular way. And also, have we released we have released Gymnast. Okay, let's have a bit of a look at my releases. So Gymnast is also good. I'd like it to be better, but that's okay. In terms of porting, let's go ahead and say everybody can help port this to those 2 systems. Actually, there's not enough active users to make it worth porting it to those 2 systems. Let's just go ahead and start marketing with a budget of $100,000, and we'll start printing, and we'll go and have a little bit of a look at the printing order. So in terms of printing, Gymnast 4 is a goal of 100,000. That's fine. I think we already did that one. So Gymnast 4 has been sorted. It does need to be a higher priority, though. So we're going to move it up to the top as well. And we'll keep it as a priority 10 in terms of the marketing there as well. And see how that goes. I've just noticed Army Strike 2 is not making money. So let's get that out of there. And let's see. Is anything else not making money right now? No, everything else seems fine. Gymnast 3, we can probably stop marketing. And Squad Speak, honestly, we're going to stop marketing you as well. Because that's going to let me just ever so slightly rearrange my marketing priorities. So you are going to go up to a 6. And then everything else is fine. Gymnast made just shy of $1 million. Squad Speak made 1.2 million, so that's fine. And then in terms of other releases, we have Sheet 2 in April of next year. So a year from now. We have Go Fit in March 2005. We have Plaything 6 in June 2005. We have Post Plus in May 2004. So that's not so bad. And the research is actually coming along pretty well, all things considered there. So that's pretty good to see. It means we can put these guys to work at some point. Although, to be honest, I'm really tempted to put these guys to work on support stuff as well. Just kind of because we can. And I'd also really like to see some people using this meeting room. I'm not going to lie. It'd be kind of cool to see some people come over and use this. I just really like this building. I'm not going to lie. It's just kind of neat. You know, it's just hit me that Army Strike isn't currently on a project. And that is something we're going to have to do manually. It's also hitting me how long it's taking my word processor team to actually make notes. And I feel like that's slightly ridiculous. I'm wondering, is there something wrong with the word processor team? I mean, their compatibility is 330%. They actually have the highest compatibility in the company. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Oh, there's only 20 of them. That might do it. We should probably expand the word processor team just a little bit. So here's here's what I'm thinking. Let's clear out one of these meeting rooms and let's give it to the word processor team, because right now, where are they working? So the word processor team, they have this space over here. So we could give them a space that is exactly that same size, or we could give them that middle room and do something interesting there. Let's do that instead. Let's give them a decent sized room here and get rid of that stupid looking meeting room there. So what I want to do, I guess, is I actually want to do something kind of interesting here. I want to go to walls and I want to do, let's see here. Let me go across here and let me go across here and let me select both those rooms and say anyone and turn them both into pillars, because I don't want those. This right here is going to be word processor team. So they're going to be down at the bottom and it's going to be anyone. All right. So that's going to be our word processor team's room. And I'm going to turn off room labels while I deal with this, because my thinking here is that I want to do something like, let's see. I want to do something a little bit weird. So I want to do that. And I want to grab that wall and sort of bring it out like this. And I want to go ahead and I want to put some of these kind of archways on there. Have I not? I've not made that central. That's slightly annoying. Okay. Let's do it again. So 3 across to there and in. Grab you, bring you out to, I'm going to say about there. That maybe could have gone a little bit further, but we'll not worry about it. Just do this. We'll do this. And basically, I want to put some, I wish I could extend these little, not those windows, the little frosted ones. It'd be cool if I could do that, but unfortunately I can't, so I won't. But my thinking is that I'm basically going to go around and we're going to put like a little lounge in here. And the little lounge is going to be for the word processor team only. So they're going to have like a little kind of lounge to themselves right in there. And, you know, you're going to be watched as you enjoy the lounge, I guess. But I think that's kind of neat. You know, something a little bit different for the space. And it means they don't have to go far. They don't have to go far to chill, right? So that's probably for the best as well. So break room, we can grab some couches and we can go there and there with them. And they actually fit in pretty well. We could grab a couple more couches if I really wanted to. And I can actually just sort of hold Alt and try to slide these in to get them to actually fit something like that. And I can grab another one and try to do the same on the other side. So about, I don't know if this is actually going to fit, but I'm absolutely going to try and make it fit. So something like that, and then move it back a bit to there. Maybe move you back a little bit as well if we can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I'm absolutely going to keep trying. So you there. I think that's about as good as that's going to get, but that seems fine, right? That's a decent little start. We can go ahead and throw a water cooler there, I guess. And we can probably do just a couple little tables along there as well. So we'll do a couple of glass tables. Let's say there and there. And then if we go to break room, we can say put a nice espresso machine on there. We can do a little mini fridge on there. And looking at it, we should probably do these arches slightly different. So the arches should probably only go about 2 across. That way I can move the water cooler into the corner and I can throw a vending machine there. So that seems pretty decent, honestly. I think that's pretty good. That seems like a good little use of space. Then, of course, just ventilation and whatnot, and that seems fine. We'll change the color in a little bit, but right now, that seems okay. So let me just go ahead and make sure that is word processor team, and it is a lounge. All right. So in terms of the office itself, I mean, we need more than 19 desks. So can I do something interesting here is kind of the question. I feel like I probably can't. I feel like the best thing to do is, I mean, that right there is going to be 3 employees. That right there is going to be 6. So I think, honestly, just kind of cramming them in here, but making the room look quite decorative is going to be the way to go. That is not what I wanted to do there. Alrighty, the space is done. It's not exactly as luxurious as I was hoping for, but it's kind of neat. You know, it's just a development space at the end of the day. It's really nothing fancy, which admittedly the whole building here, this whole building needs renovated, if I'm completely honest with you, but I don't see me doing it anytime soon. We'll put it that way. I don't necessarily see me renovating this place anytime soon. It's going to be a pretty big project to do that. So that's something I'll definitely be keeping in mind as a potential thing to do here, but just something I don't think is going to be, again, anytime soon. But I have gone into HR management, and we do now have 54 people in the word processor team. So when they next come in, we should have this space filling up with a bunch of new employees, which is going to be fantastic. And honestly, I just like this room. I'm kind of excited to see people actually working in here, because I set the lights to all be warm tones to sort of contrast the cold tones of the blue and white. So I just want to see what it looks like. Actually, there are some cold tone lights in here because these desk lamps haven't actually been modified, but I'm just curious. So, ooh, hold on. We should, there we go. It's an interesting enough looking space, I guess. It's a bit weird, but again, it just kind of shows how beautiful this game's lighting is and has no right to be this beautiful. It's also kind of cool to see them using the lounge space. That actually makes me really happy. That's something I might want to do with a lot more of my development spaces, is put like a little lounge right there in the middle of the space. Might be a little unnecessary, but I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool. I guess what I could do is if I turn these 2 spaces into development spaces as well, I could bring a wall just across here, put a door on it so these guys can still get into the lounge, but so can these guys. That way they're not all walking through the same studio. I think that would be kind of neat. Ooh, I might have to try that. I might have to try that. Either way, the good news is that notes should be getting developed a little bit faster. And in terms of research, it's almost halfway done as well. So we have the hardware team doing pretty good work, honestly. Doing pretty good work indeed. In fact, I wonder, should we get our hands on a second hardware team? Would that be an idea? Because I know there are teams in the company at the minute with no one in them. So if I go to count, I sort like this. Robotics, IDE, flight bag. I mean, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 teams right now that have no one in them. And those are all supposed to be, I suppose they are all for automating, aren't they? Okay, that's definitely something to look into, because weren't they all going into this tower over here? Which actually does have these little offices for the team leaders. I totally forgot that I did that. I also forgot how clinical this looks. Oh my god. This is depressing. It's just, it looks like a lab. It just looks like a lab. It looks like a hospital. This entire thing just looks like a hospital, to be totally honest. Even the admin building is like, yeah, that's the new development, you know what I mean? Which I guess kind of makes sense. It's July 2003, so basically throughout the 70s, well, no, we started in the 80s. So throughout the 80s and 90s, they just built towers, which was kind of the thing, right? Like that was kind of the thing, was just towers, just these really boring looking towers, even if this is a little bit of a weird design. So I guess it kind of makes sense that we're now getting into like an interesting looking building. But I'll tell you what I kind of want to do. I kind of want to go ahead and start getting rid of this over here, the bridges, because as cool as it is, it's really not efficient. So let's just do it. Let's get rid of the bridges. Now, this is going to cause some issues because it's going to mean my employees are going to have to, you know, repath themselves. And now there's absolutely no access to this space. That's okay, though. Because what I'm thinking is we turn these guys back into rooms. And we kind of keep going down. And we turn all of this space back into rooms. And I'm just going to put some giant elevators in there. Oh, no. That was not what I wanted to do there. Undo, please. Oh, good. Okay. I was a little bit worried. Yeah, we're just going to put these giant elevators in those spaces because we can, right? So basically, we click all of this and we merge. We're going to need to extend this into a room as well. So we'll do this and this. We'll grab you guys and merge. We'll grab you guys and merge. This is going to need to be a room as well. So grab and merge. And essentially just doing this the whole way up gives those weird looking pillars a little bit of purpose because they kind of probably would be elevator shafts going up and down the building. The only thing is that we have a lot of them that aren't elevator shafts, but we'll manage, I think. I think we'll be okay. So essentially, I'm going to need to get rid of these plants as well. Essentially, it gets rid of the need for the smaller... Do I really need to get rid of the lights as well? Are you kidding me? It gets rid of the need for the smaller little admin tower that we have right now. Now, I realize because of this, we now don't have heating for the main tower. So we're going to have to make some slight changes to a little bit of this. Let's go ahead and merge that. And let me go ahead and just grab all of the furniture in that space and delete it. Let me go ahead and merge these guys and then grab all of the furniture in that space and delete it. Because we're basically going to have to do some sort of improvised setup here for central heating, essentially. So we'll do that over there. We'll do... Why did I do that? How did I do that? Oh, I went down one. We go there, 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 and there. And that'll be fine. I can go ahead and throw some doors just there and there. And I'm hoping I can make this work. I'm definitely hoping that I can make this work. So that and that will give us a bit of air conditioning. Over on this side, we can go there. And am I going to be able to get this to line up at all? Doesn't really look like it, does it? That's a little bit annoying. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be enough air conditioning for the entire building. I have absolutely no idea if that is actually going to do it. So let's do that. And let's do... can I rotate you? I actually can. So there we go. A couple of air conditioning units in those spaces as well. Can I move you along at all? Can I rotate you? I can rotate you. So we'll put you there. And grab and rotate. And put another one... Oh, that was not the button I wanted to press. Oh, dear. I have unsupported server processes. What? Oh, no. Did it reset? Pause the friggin' game! Did it reset my servers because I misclicked? Server 3 hosting, server 3 hosting, server 1 store, unsupported server processes. How? Okay, I guess it is because I messed up the server. So S3 hosting, there we go. What is this? Radiator will not function without central heating. Okay. So we need this guy. And we're probably going to need a couple of these guys. Hopefully, 2 will do the job. I kind of doubt it. Are they overburdened? They might not be, actually. There's a lot of air conditioning in that building. We can probably go ahead and get rid of a few of those. So stay 82% capacity, 16.7. Okay, yeah, we can. We're probably good to get rid of a bunch more of those again, but whatever. I don't like that I'm not symmetrical on my air conditioning units, but I think we'll live is what we'll do. We will live. Regardless, though, we now have a bit of a weird setup. And I realize I also have some doors that now lead to the abyss that I kind of need to get rid of here. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of all of those guys. And we'll turn them into... probably into windows, I suppose, is what we can turn those into. So if we go to here and go to you, we can basically just do this and this the entire way up the building. And it just gives us, you know, the same old tower, just without the weird sort of walkways. And it gives us some actual pillars there for elevators, which is probably pretty good. This is also still relatively secure because as it stands, we have 2 cameras that will see everybody that comes into that space. So I'm not really super stressed about it. What I would like to do is duplicate a couple of these guys. And I'm basically going to just go ahead and make sort of a pseudo kind of reception space here. So if I go in and go to this and I go to office and I go to cubicle walls, I can basically just make kind of a weird little reception-y type space, right? So we'll have someone sat at that desk, kind of chilling, doing their thing. And that's fine by me. So that'll kind of work out. We should probably make this space a bit nicer as well. So we'll make it the same as the admin building for the interior there. And I think I'm also going to go ahead and change the lights just to, again, make the space a little bit nicer. Because right now it is sort of the main lobby for the building. So, you know, it's probably worth making it look decent, I guess. I could put some good old carpet in there too. In fact, what I would like to do is I want to go ahead and grab all of this. I want to grab these guys as well. I want to duplicate, rotate, and go there and there. So again, you know, it looks kind of nice, right? It's not so bad. We can do a nice plant, sort of. I don't know where we can do a nice plant. We can do a nice plant somewhere, I'm sure. Maybe against that wall and that wall. A couple of nice plants right there just to make the space a little bit more appealing. And lights. I just removed those and forgot to place them again. Let's just do lights like this. And let's do some lights along these guys as well. Because I really, really like the lights just shining up from the floor. I just think it looks cool. I really do. It's just such a cool little look. And then over here we can do this and this. So now it looks okay. At least in my opinion anyway. I think it looks pretty cool. There's also no outward windows, so all of those lights are going to be... I'll tell you what. Let's do a couple of windows just in here. Just tucked right on the inside. Just a couple of little windows. Just grab you. Right about there. And let's just do the same. I can't do the same there because of the cameras, but I guess that's okay. I guess that kind of works. Unless I just move the cameras, which I can totally do. I could put a camera there. And I could put a camera there. And that still gives us perfect coverage of everything. And then I can just go ahead and do some windows there as well. And I guess this guy can be swapped out for that guy. That actually looks all right. I'm kind of okay with this. I don't know that it's going to be more efficient. Actually, it is technically going to be more efficient than what we had because before we only had... So these elevators can carry, I don't know how many people, less. I can tell you that. 40, 20, 10. So yeah, we're able to carry double the amount of people at any one time. Which is probably a good thing. So that'll get people in and out of that main building just that little bit quicker. And then, of course, you know, security right there as well, and the cameras and whatnot. I just think that's kind of cool. I know the whole idea was to have people forced to go through the admin tower, but, you know, it's 2003. We're going for some different design ideas. So, you know, That's the whole thing. How is the so the word processor? They have this up here. How is notes going? Still painfully slow. Annoyingly and painfully slow.